Happy 4th of July, y'all. Hope everything was good. You got all your fingers, you got all your hands. But what
Hey,
the fuck happened in Navy Yard? We
What?
we were so worried about Iran. We should have worried about YNs. It was looking like Pearl Harbor out there. The mayor had to do something. What she do?
I ain't never seen no shit
It
like
was
that.
it, it was looking like Tel Aviv.
So
They would.
when I saw the article text, I was like, "Oh, here we go. People are overreacting again." Then I saw the video. They were
Yeah,
not even shooting fireworks straight up in the air. They were shooting into lobbies. They were shooting
yeah.
and bouncing fireworks off the building in Navy Yard. And a couple of witnesses said they were shooting it at people. Well,
Imagine playing Fortnite and that shit going off, and you trying to be the top 10 player and shit, and you pow on your window and shit. That shit is crazy.
DC Mayor Bowser signs emergency youth curfew law after Navy Yard illegal fireworks chaos. She signed her emergency youth curfew legislation into law on Monday, mere days after illegal fireworks set off in Navy Yard resulted in the arrest of more than a dozen juveniles. 4th of July was on Friday.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
she had this bill sitting and waiting already and was waiting
they
for
knew it was
something
gonna
to
go
pop
down.
off. hmm I feel very strongly that we need the juvenile curfew law, Bowser said. It's
Ah, bro.
modeled on what has worked with us with targeted drug enforcement zones. Everybody knows those drug enforcement. Well, word on the street was those drug enforcement zones don't enforce anything, and apparently they done made every zone a drug enforcement zone.
That's yeah.
Sierra
Yeah.
Wainana with the Justice Police Institute argues juvenile curfews aren't the answer. And I agree on this one. We need to invest in youth, not police them into adulthood. That's right. Tell them, Sierra. Wainana said that that means educating kids and families more about the programming available to them. There are no programs available. That's the problem. They took all of the programs from the middle school to high school age and put the money into pre-K 3 to 5th grade. She said a hub could be created where different service providers can be in one space in order to streamline access to multiple resources.
I agree for
Yeah,
that. I agree.
yeah. These fireworks are getting launched off into the air, hitting the building, said resident Christopher Reyes. I started hearing that people were launching fireworks into the lobbies of nearby buildings, so it started getting dangerous. Then she went on Twitter, very proud of herself, patting herself on the back, and said, I just signed into law a temporary expansion. Notice how everything just keeps expanding,
She had bass in
expanding.
her voice.
Danger comes, and then there's expansion. Oh, she got bass in her voice?
She had bass in her voice with
Uh
that one.
oh. Wait a minute.
Jay. She about to turn up the bass on them buses.
Oh,
She did though. She
She
okay.
about to turn
when
up
they
the
know
heat.
they
I mean the AC.
when
Okay.
they yeah, turn
So
up on them, man,
what did she
Bowser.
say?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
I just signed into law a temporary expansion of the youth curfew, 11 p.m. across DC and 8 p.m. in designated zones. I look forward to continuing to work with the at Council of DC to prioritize the safety of our city and the well-being of our young people.
Does she have to? Why she
That,
got to sound like
that's
that?
how she sound. That's how she sound though. Oh, shitty mouth
That's
ass.
your voice.
Leslie,
But
knock
y'all,
it
so what do y'all
down.
think about curfews? I like that statement when Nana said, she said, we need to invest in the youth and not police them into adulthood. That's a
I'm with Wayne and Aina. I'm with her, but they gonna have to give the keys to these folks that want to do it. Like I say that in PG. Like y'all wonder why these kids ain't got shit to do. Let's stop pretending like basketball and football ain't the sports that these kids want to play. Just put them out there and let them play it. These Bammers are at age where they should be on the field or on the court shooting hoops or something. And we get it. This is the mecca of basketball and football. Well, let's play it. We should be having like recruits from Kansas and Kentucky coming out here watching it because these Bammers can move, but they dumb. But as far as a curfew at
Did
this
you just say
point, because
Kentucky Bama's are dumb?
No, he said
no,
the
these
kids in
Bama's,
this DMV area are dumb.
they dumb. Like you got all this talent, you got all this talent, all this skill, but you don't know how to read. Basic second grade, third grade. Some of these Bama's are not reading on their level. Like y'all not even doing the basics to get by. So I'm like, maybe at this point, because you don't have any resources, Mayor Bowser, stinky breath, go ahead and put the curfew down for now. But when you take that curfew away, have some real solutions for these youngins. Cause did y'all see that video? They
Which
riding
one?
around on
You
rental
riding on the
bikes,
bikes?
shooting them shits. I'm like, could y'all for real stopping traffic and shit? We was reckless in the 80s, but never like this. Never like this.
And don't you have to use a credit card to rent these bikes? Like,
Do you? Or they do you?
Nah,
Because I be
you gotta
seeing them
prepay.
Jones
I think you just
abandoned
need a
on
Pay to
debit
use
card or
bikes.
something.
I mean, credit card, debit card. My whole point is, it's a paper trail.
clearly.
Yeah.
What do you think, Be more?
I agree with what's her name? Serena?
When and Aina.
Sierra,
Wananina, Wananana,
Waynana.
Wananana. That's what the kids need. If the I agree that we need some solutions, some programs, but I think that's step 3. We need a step 1. We need a foundation, because if these parents don't care about where your kid is at 11 o'clock at night, then if you don't take care of your kids, then let lock them up. And that's what we got to do. What we got to do. You know what I mean?
Clearly.
My thing about curfews is really like, if it's not the time of night that's causing the kids to wild out, then I don't think a curfew makes a difference. If the curfew's at 11 o'clock and they acting crazy at 7 p.m., then what did that do?
It should be. I think it should be at 5.
What are you talking about? It's summertime. What are kids supposed to go in the house at 5 o'clock?
They can't. I don't want to see no. I don't want to see no kids at the wharf at 5 o'clock after 5 p.m. at without a adult.
You should be at the rec center.
Here's what I think. The first thing that MPD should do. Okay. Instead of worrying about arresting kids, what you need to do is be out here in these tight, condensed, highly developed neighborhoods like Navy Yard, Chinatown, Shaw, who else is tight? And in Southwest. You need to get on bicycles and mopeds and motorbikes, and you need to chase the kids down, clip them off the bikes, off the scooters.
Oh shit!
Everybody should have a
I
belt.
think she was
And
gonna go this
instead of
way.
You talking about
arresting them,
you talking about a lawsuit now?
knock them off the bike, take the fireworks, and spank their butt and move on.
I feel you. That's
start
hardcore.
there.
So just
That's
Start
hardcore.
there.
So you want to go back to the 80s and rough them up?
No.
You just said knock them off the bike.
They was fucking them up. No, I believe in the 80s.
You just said give them.
As people's head was getting crashed into cars and they were curbing people and beating them with sticks. I say, no, you need a belt and you need a spanking. You need to get tagged on your leg and on your butt like your grandma used to do down south. And then going away. You don't need to be arrested. You don't need to be fingerprinted. You don't need to be taken off anywhere.
Can we charge the parents?
In the street. When you see a little and they run around, you need to run around.
No.
There's no fear. There's no consequences.
I'll have more fear if I know if I get caught doing this, they're gonna arrest my father or my mother. I'd be like, nah, if they get arrested, I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped.
That doesn't work for people who don't respect their parents or care about their parents or have drug
abuse. So what about people that don't care about police? These kids don't care about police.
That's my whole point. I'm saying that the police.
He's saying knock their ass off the bike.
Don't worry about jail. It's called discipline. Take your belt off. Get out of those cars, because them cars can't go weaving in between parked cars and up on the sideways. Get on scooters. Y'all need to have your
Imagine how that's going to look.
MPG.
Imagine if somebody's taking a video. Imagine somebody from out of town or a tourist in DC. A tourist in DC watching police whoop somebody's ass.
And you see the police and the police.
That's a bad look for the mayor.
It looks great to me.
You got these cops.
I see a little boy
knocking kids off the bikes
on an electric bicycle, and he's laughing and shooting off fireworks. Somebody need to be right there on the moped behind him, clip him up, and snatch the fireworks and all of the stuff in his
And then we're
book
gonna
bag,
get black
and then
people
move
saying,
on.
the police and
Black Lives
justice,
Matter.
Black Lives
I'm okay with
Matter.
that. I'm okay with it.
You okay with
Because
You
that?
know what?
because
That can be
pushing them
defended.
into the system is
Is
not
that a
the
terrorist
answer.
act?
They don't have no home training. They don't have no discipline. They don't have no consequences.
I'm
That's
trying to get you.
embarrassing. You know how embarrassing it is for you to
Let
get hit with the belt in public?
I'm trying to defend your point, Leslie. Like she might have a point. If he riding around them motorpad scooters shooting off fireworks, that's a terrorist. That's a terrorist act. We gotta do what we gotta do. You might blow something up, man. Get him. Get down. Get him.
Did you see the
Get what you gotta
firework
get.
bounce off the building? They
That shit was
wasn't even
crazy.
shooting up. They were
That broke a
shooting.
window. That had to break a window.
That's like that starts fires.
I can't imagine.
I remember
Like
when I was a kid, there used to be a lot of fires
I have
because
no.
people was catching trees and stuff on fire.
That's terrible.
yeah, that's
I
all
think
we dealt
I
with
think we have a
fires.
lot of psychopaths in this motherfucking area.
Pyrotechnics out
For you
this
want to
jump.
do some shit like that. But when it comes to the
I think
point,
if you're already, I'm thinking how could it be worse? How could me tripping you up on the bike? You know how when they do the car chase and they do the little bump where they
And
just
they
tap the
they bump
bumper,
on
the
the
thing.
rear and spin them out.
Yep.
What they call that, a tailspin?
I don't know
that's
what they
so
call
many
it.
I
lawsuits
think
right
it's a
there.
tailspin.
That's so many lawsuits. When you just easily lock up the parent or charge the
Lawsuit from
parent
who?
with something.
The parent
tried.
that ain't work. It don't work. So if you come to Miss Leslie, that's my answer. You
Okay.
keep on with the
Beat
lawsuits
them.
and all of that. They make billions of dollars every year off traffic tickets, and they keep adding more cameras. Now they done added the no right turn on red just so that they can generate more fines.
Right.
They not short off of no money.
How are them
Listen.
Bammers lighting the
Yo.
fuse and riding a bike at the same damn time and shooting it off and remaining on the bike with the balance? It's just crazy.
But they can't read Malcolm X.
Who?
They're
Bang,
okay.
bang.
No, you tried it. You tried it.
Bang.
What
No.
can we do?
Nobody
Bang.
wants to read
What you
that.
want me to say? Huckleberry Finn?
Nobody
The-
wants to read that.
Uncle Tom's Uncle Tom Cabin?
Nobody wants to read either one of those.
The building where
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Hey, this shit
No,
John
that ain't
Weak,
it.
son.
That's not it, right? That's not it no more.
This
Kids
shit
need
John Weak. I need a
consequences.
glizzy.
read the second paragraph.
This guy like threw me off. For real, for real.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Oh my goodness. The kids be like, can I go to the bathroom? No. They be like,
Read the
oh.
paragraph first. Which paragraph?
I'll be
You
like,
wasn't
what
paying
time is
attention.
it? All right, it's 3:13. You got 3 minutes. Be back here by 3:16, or you're not gonna get in.
316 means I'll kick
I
your
gotta
ass.
do number 2.
I give boys 3 minutes. I give girls 4 minutes. The bathroom is less than a hallway away. You don't need no more time than that.
Well,
Not on my watch, kid. Not on my watch.
Okay, so do you beat them if they soil on themselves? Like
No,
this,
but that doesn't happen.
like
And
this.
see, that's the thing, because we cater to. First of all, I don't know. I love children, but I don't believe in child worship and catering
about
to
the
kids
Bammers
on the
that
level
smeared it
that
on the wall?
it.
How did they get that shit done? And how was shit
What?
in the urinal?
I know.
Where them kids? Them kids.
Mhm.
That
How'd
level
you-
of focus could be applied somewhere else.
And you never seen them do it. You just
That
seen
level
shit
of
in the urinal.
ingenuity.
Like
Right.
you backed up and was like, ugh.
I've never seen it, and I hope that I never do.
You laughing because you know what the urinal right there.
Because he was one of those kids. That's why he's laughing.
I look like
Bad
one of
Northern Virginia ass.
I look like one of the type.
No,
I could have been.
thought
I
it
could
was
have
a
been.
funny joke.
He
I
shots
could've been.
fired today. They are
Yeah,
shooting.
It's just
Okay, corral.
okay.
That's what they
Corral.
need to do. I'm telling you, spank the kids with belts.
Oh,
Don't arrest
God.
them.
I'm trying to
They ain't taking them
transition.
spanks.
I'm trying to transition, Les,
I
to
know,
the
I
daycare
know.
worker in
Beat him.
Alexandria.
Scold him.
So now what I now so
But
now
but
what
it
I
seemed
don't
like
so I
it
agree
seems like you agree with what the daycare worker did. But
with no, absolutely not. It was quite disturbing. In Virginia, in a little known town called Alexandria.
Mm.
A
All right.
daycare employee was fired after months of alleged child abuse. Now, this time we're not talking about sexual. No, no, no. She put them paws on the kids, and she put the kids' own paws on herself. Disturbing allegations of child abuse have been leveled against the daycare in Old Town by the Virginia Department of Social Services.
Right next to King Street Metro.
Oh, is it over there?
Mhm.
Over a span of 7 months from October to this May of 2025, a now fired employee at Two Birds Daycare,
Two
1737 King
birds,
Street,
Two fists.
one stone.
was observed allegedly physically striking and roughly handling children, yanking children's hair, putting them in a dark closet as punishment, making demeaning comments about their clothes, and slapping kids who had toilet accidents.
What?
I don't believe that this only one person could know about this. Somebody else had to know. And all of these places have cameras. I don't believe this. The inspection was prompted in response to a complaint received by the licensing office on May 20th this year related to allegations of forbidden actions. Just say abuse. The staffer listed as staff number 1 in the report was placed on administrative leave on May 21st and fired the following day. So around November, a child was made to hit themselves in the face by staff number 1 using the child's hand to hit the child in the face. So that's like when you hold
Can't blame
Yeah.
me.
the kid face hand,
He
and
hit
then you be
himself.
like, and you hit the hand, and then the kid hand,
Yeah,
and he
that
hit himself.
ricochet. Pow, pow, pow.
Children were
The
grabbed,
sandwich
pushed,
slap.
pulled, and yanked by their hands, arms, clothing, hair,
Right.
everything. Everything.
Everything.
During outside walks, the walking rope would often be wrapped tightly
my
multiple
goodness.
multiple times around the children's upper arm if they were not listening,
Ooh, that's
and it would be
terrible.
Hold up,
I've
removed
seen
what?
before
that.
entering
I've
the
seen
school.
that.
That's how you cut off the circulation.
You know how they
You
be
what, wrapping
you know
ropes
how they
around
you know how
arms?
they be roping up the kids so they don't be running in the street. I thought that was a good idea, but that's sick.
No,
Man, we
it
just
just be
held
one
hands.
little loose belt that's clipped on the rope. They just supposed to hold the rope. This lady took the rope
We held
and wrapped that
hands.
joint around
That's a
We held
masochist.
hands. We
down the
walked to the
line.
public playhouse. We held hands. We crossed 202, the dangerous street in PG County.
We
We
definitely
held
only needed to
hands.
hold hands when we went
That's
out in
it.
the.
What's up with the
We didn't
ropes
need no
around the
rope and no
necks?
string or none of that.
What is
But you know,
slave
the
trade?
increase
Hey, they gotta be white. They gotta be white. They gotta be white.
between March of this year and May of this year,
They gotta be
2025,
white.
staff number 1 was observed by
I'm about
other
to look it up.
staff lifting a child by their shirt and putting the child in the classroom closet, shutting the
Oh,
closet
hey,
door, and walking away for approximately 1 minute before returning, opening the door and allowing the crying
that's
child out.
torture. That's torture.
This was also reported by another child in the class to their parent.
They try to put the kid in the chokey like Matilda. Oh,
Yeah, like
And you saw what she did to her, right?
the trench bull.
I'm telling you. See, I knew it. I knew it. I told you it was white.
How you
Them
know
the
it's
only
white?
ones I know be putting ropes around. Look, I looked up WUSA 9, and they talk about the same thing, and it's a white lady at the door. And I know I think it's 2 white ladies at the door.
So here's what they say the Reggio. They say that this the daycare describes itself
What's her
as
name?
a Reggio inspired school for children, infants through pre-K.
It's an Italy,
Oh,
some
man,
shit.
it
So
might be
it's an
Matilda.
educational philosophy focused on early childhood education, emphasizing a student-centered, constructivist approach to learning through hands-on experiences and collaborative projects.
So
It views children as capable, curious, and full of potential, with the environment playing a crucial role as a third teacher.
so is that like
basically,
Montessori?
It's a ripoff of Montessori,
Oh,
and
okay.
clearly the kids just running wild. This stuff would never happen in Montessori. Never.
Okay.
Knock on wood.
So Two Birds also agreed to install cameras in all classrooms and studio spaces used by children.
You do it now.
Restraining all employees regarding appropriate and inappropriate physical interactions with children, as well as positive behavior reinforcement. So
Y'all ain't got it in
don't
there.
raise your fist like
Whether
that.
they had to agree to that now. They were
Yeah,
supposed to
it's
have
too
that
late
in place
now.
before they
You
open.
beat the kid's ass.
You already beat them, yeah.
So that means
Yeah,
they're still
it's
in
too late.
business.
I bet they white, man. When
Shit,
Dod said
I
with the
think they
ropes
could be
around the
because this
arms,
is yeah.
I ain't never heard of no shit like that. Ropes around arms to
That's
go somewhere. Hold hands.
right.
They're
And this
still in
is
business.
and
And
this
they
is
got
right
a
next
4
to King Street. So I think
You know what it
whoever
is.
kids go here got money.
Yeah.
All
They
their
ain't
reviews are
black,
from
man.
11 months ago.
Ooh, nobody don't know nothing.
Probably a
They only
mixture,
have
but
7
the
reviews.
ownership gotta be white, man. I'm telling you, they gotta be white because I ain't never heard
I
no kids being roped up to go somewhere.
forbidden actions. Come on now,
Yeah,
what kind of
yeah, the forbidden actions. Just say abuse. Damn it,
just
y'all
say
been abusing
if it
these
was a
bammers.
black woman, they would have put abuse, slaughter.
Sandwich slapping these bammers. How you
Okay,
sandwich slapping them?
so we gotta come up with another shirt that says, "Are they white?"
Must be
Backside.
white.
Must be white.
Must be
That's
white.
what it would be for.
I'm
White.
suspecting that ownership
It
thing.
must be. They must be white.
Go get
Yeah.
that bread, y'all.
So again, so this is what I would say. So this is to me the complete opposite of what I was suggesting as far as the police. When I'm talking about the police disciplining kids, I'm talking about catching people doing violent criminal activities while they're actually doing it and then giving them a spanking. Not taking infants and toddlers and locking them in the closet,
The choking.
beating them,
Yeah.
slapping them, cutting off their circulation.
I bet they was like pinching their arm real tight and shit and pulling them like,
You got
because
some
you really
issues.
want to hit them. But I bet they was.
That
Or they
that's that sneaky abuse. That is
Yeah.
nasty work.
That's that
That is
hatred abuse.
nasty
I'm
work.
telling you what it is.
they could be immigrants though.
Ice, baby.
Who?
Get them now.
The workers.
Call them. Get them now. They might
Why
be.
they,
That's
why
Alexandria.
every time somebody is messed up, they got to be an immigrant.
Two fists, one face.
Americans are fucked up right enough on their own. They
This
don't need
show
the
is called
influence and the training
Two
of
Birds.
immigrants to come
Two
and fuck
beatings.
up. Two beatings.
See what I'm saying? This joke called Two
beatings
Birds,
daycare.
One Stone. Daycare.
Why would
Two
you
birds,
send your
one-
kids there?
Yeah, right. Hey, that's not an attractive daycare title for me.
On
Two
King
birds.
Street. On King Street.
Yeah, on King Street. I'm like, nah, we'll go to Wally's World or
What would
something.
you think if it was called Two Birds, One Cup?
Hell no. Hell no. I know who they.
They're
I'm
gonna be
like,
sick.
nah, I'm not. I'm taking them
Infections.
bammers to romper room. Or I'm calling my Aunt Nancy. Teach this little bammer while I go to work.
Shit, you
I'm
just gonna I
for
rather lead him with the pedophile uncle. But
I
what
am
we
for
got
protecting the children, not
protecting the
abusing
children.
real.
them, and also not encouraging them to disfigure themselves. Well,
Damn.
apparently they can label themselves at any age. Virginia officials have agreed not to fully enforce a 2020 law banning conversion therapy for minors as part of an agreement with a faith-based conservative group that sued over the law, authorities said earlier this week. The term conversion therapy refers to a scientifically discredited practice of using therapy in an attempt to convert LGBTQ people to heterosexuality. So isn't that interesting?
Get the gay
You
about
not
you.
gay. You
Same
got a
therapy
disease.
that you say is
Compels you.
wrong to use when straight people try to convert queer people or revert, depending on
Christ
what the
compels
situation is,
you.
to being straight. It doesn't work. But when you want to affirm their gender identity, now it works. Not only does it work, but it's necessary for kids as young as pre-K 3.
I'm not gay no more. I'm delivered.
I'm not gay no more.
I remember that.
Hey,
and in his heart, he might have wanted that. That might have been what he really wanted. The practice has been banned in 23 states and the District of Columbia, according to the Movement Advancement Project. an LGBTQ plus rights think tank. Democrat
right.
Senate Majority Leader Scott Survell, who backed the 2020 bill, blasted the decree. This was a statute that was enacted to save lives, he told reporters during a Zoom session on Tuesday. All the research, all the professional psychiatric organizations have condemned conversion therapy. They say it doesn't work, and they say it's counterproductive.
Hey, to play devil's advocate. Hey, if I was the LGBTQ 123 ABC community, I'd be like, hey, since y'all want to go there, we should be able to convert, right? We should be able to do our own little conversion therapy, right? If they doing their little conversion therapy, is fair,
What you
right?
mean?
Hey, let's go out and recruit. Hey, little Johnny, let me tell you what you really are. Hey, yeah. And little Johnny come back and was like, Mom, gay. Mom can't do nothing about that. Not these days.
Virginia is saying they're not going to enforce it, meaning they're okay with, which is usually faith-based organizations doing.
So
that's an effed up situation too.
So apparently, so do you guys think it says that studies have shown that it's not effective? Like when you try to convert people to get them back, I mean, not get them back, but have them be straight because they thinking that being gay is wrong. And they, there are certain situations where I heard it's very traumatic, or the person that's in charge of it, they do some wild stuff to the people. So
I wouldn't do it, man. I just leave them alone. Let them do what they do. Let them do what they do.
But there are some people that think that shouldn't be, that this feeling of being gay is not right. So I got to go see somebody. I want to get this gay up out of me. Maybe I had a couple penises in my mouth. Pause.
Gay demon. We got the gay demon.
Yeah.
You really said that.
Why are you gay?
He sat there and let him talk, and then he just said, "Why are you gay?"
Yeah. Who said I was gay?
Okay, so now that I understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, they trying to convert, man. They like, come back, come to the light.
No, I don't think it works. I don't think it works. I don't see that broad spectrum word of therapy. I don't think that you should, a lot of the messed up things that they would do to people, like forcibly give them drugs, the way they would negatively reinforce them, like a lot of the stuff that they do, that they did at Two Birds, they do at some of those crazy conversion camps, locking them in the closets, starving them until they, said certain things or act a certain way or walk. So I don't agree with any of that. What I do think, though, is that therapy does work for people who do have issues. And I find that a lot of people have issues, and anybody who has issues should be able to have therapy. That's what I be lying. I think that you should get to the root. Instead of trying to change somebody from being gay to straight, I think that you should identify individuals who are in need, that clearly they have gone through some type of trauma, or they're struggling or dealing with things, and give them the therapy they need to solve that problem. And whatever naturally happens after that is what happens.
Right. Hit the nitty gritty of it all, and don't just be like, nah, it's because you gay, you messed up. Nah.
Yeah, it's just like, something could happen, and then a person, is like if somebody was sexually abused and then that cuts them off from the opposite sex. Your goal shouldn't be how to get them back straight. Your goal should be to treat the trauma from the sexual abuse.
Hit the nitty gritty.
So what do you think about the religious part of it? Because I think most of these places that do it, the faith based.
So again, I've heard. I don't know. See, again, so
I think it could be very successful in the South. You don't think so? The gay conversion therapy is maybe more popping
that
in
is
the South.
Bible Belt zone.
Yeah, in the Bible Belt.
It might be more popular, but I don't think that it's successful. It's probably very harmful. A lot of these camps do more damage than whatever trauma is a person has already gone through. That's just another layer of trauma that just got added.
You just make them more rebellious. You make them more rebellious if they were rebellious already. They like, man, F you and F everything you trying to do. I'm running away.
Or causing pain,
Yeah, or having like this. Hey, you don't like me doing this? And fuck around having sex in the living room when you come in and shit. Like, yeah, I told you I was gay.
Don't even close the door.
Right.
A lot of some of the most heinous things on this planet have been done in the name of fill in the blank religion. So I don't think that something being motivated by a faith-based organization makes it any more pure or positive or good or helpful or anything.
Let them do what they do.
I don't
Let
know,
them do what
man.
they do. I think let them do what they do, man, because they got to answer when they go anyway. Like, hey, you the one got to talk to the homie when you die. So, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I think they should have a gay conversion therapy right next to the bullpen in DC because there's a whole lot of undercover. I'm not sure. I'm from social media. I'm saying that there is a whole lot of undercover.
Is that the one by the stadium, the baseball stadium? Is that the
they be getting it in from what I see.
So
be deep.
maybe some of them, maybe it could work with them, those type of men, or maybe they just proud with it. I don't know. But have you dealt with any? Have you ever had a down low man in the DMV area? You have any thoughts on that?
I pray that I haven't. But
these new news are weird, man.
I know when I was in my 20s and I was partying all the time, there was a spot called Club 5, and that joint stayed open until 5 a.m. I used to work for promoters. I used to go all the time. So a lot of times, I was cool with different people, managers, door guys. So I would be, just chatting it up at the door at Club 5. And on different nights, that's back when you knew where to go based off the music and the night of the week. You knew Thursday was Latin night, Saturday was international night, Friday was everything, Sunday was hip hop night, sometimes Friday. You know what I mean? Some nights had gay nights or queer nights or whatever. And so when I would be at the door, he would be like, yeah. So, a couple might go and he'd be like, that dude was just here last night for gay night. All the time, left and right. I was like, dang, they go hard like that. And that's how it used to be.
I thought it was another night, and when I found out, I left.
That was in the 2-aughts, maybe 210s. I don't think 5 was still, maybe so in the 2-aughts. And I'm sure before then. But yeah, that's
So you don't mess with. You don't have an encounter with a down low man.
No, not in DC. I did meet this one dude in New York though, and I think that he didn't confess to having sex with trannies, but he definitely admitted to getting head from them, and that they knew him over on 14th Street, over by like 14th and 9th Avenue for people who know that area in the meatpacking district. That was one of their strolls.
The meatpacking digs.
And he was a black dude too. And he was nice looking, if I remember correctly.
I predicted that was going to go down. I predicted that they was going to be cool with smashing transgenders. And they gonna be like, yeah, I smashed this Jones. He was fat. And everybody gonna be like, what? Oh, nah, it was a tranny. And they gonna be like, oh, because I thought you was about to say. Yeah, that's exactly how the conversation gonna go down too. Watch.
I'm addicted to boys.
In about 5 to 10 years.
I'm addicted to boys.
That's a song. Tranny gonna walk by, they gonna be like, dang, that junk look good in the mug. They gonna try to holler at the junk like off the break. It ain't gonna be like a taboo thing. They gonna be like, I'm about to get that junk right there. Why?
You think so?
Why they coming out, man? They fine if they ain't doing it already.
So then do you think that men who have sex with trans women are gay?
Yes.
You ain't straight no more.
Most times if you hear the trans people, all the interviews I've heard, they don't consider. They like they something. I was just listening to Monique and some trans.
You just want me to ignore that down there?
And she was asking and then people, after that, like, oh my God, did I say Monique? I meant
you said Monique.
Not Monique.
You just want me to ignore that down there.
Oh my God,
and be like,
and it's like she was just asking questions. Like if a dude has sex with me and he has sex with you, he's gay, right? He's like, She's like, no. She's like, you didn't
I
have
seen
surgery.
that.
You still got your package. And she was like, yeah, I still got my package. Some people, they just don't want to go nowhere near it, or they say keep it out the way or whatever. And then,
Jesus Christ.
and I was okay. She's
See
like,
what I'm
oh, okay. So
saying?
then you
See what
don't
I'm
try to
saying?
hide it. And she was
See what
like,
I'm
no. I
saying?
said, okay. Well, then that's
See what I'm
the
saying?
honesty of it.
I think I want a
But
white
no,
man.
if you are attracted to the male reproductive organ, let's say,
Yeah.
Gay.
that's the same sex as you. That is gay.
Gay. Yeah.
But
You,
why is
you,
that so? Why is what I don't understand is why is it so taboo to admit it?
why is it an
Why do you
argument?
need to put like? Why do you need to try to come up with a new word?
Right. Why is it a third? It's not a third gender. It's a man, woman.
Just all about redefining.
Well, you know that's what they did in 1984.
They could redefine these nuts.
Speak.
Literally.
I think they already have.
They did.
My son just sent me an emoji like last week, and it was the emoji with the pregnant man with the short hair, and he was like,
What?
"Why is this?"
Nah.
He was like, "Why is this here?
They
Why did
got
they do
that?
this?"
They
Y'all
got
didn't know
that.
that?
I'm about to see.
We
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mhm.
This is DMV News. We got Leslie or that BC. We got Princess Amunda. That's me, and we got Explicit Intelligence. Kenny, cool Kenny.
Hey.
So we have an update on the shooting of a very popular DMV chef. But we got the mugshot of the dude and dusty, dusty, dusty. Um, Also we had a murder, a dude that shot his wife, his girlfriend in DC. That's just
Yeah.
dusty behavior.
Yeah.
Um, so we have a lot of dusties in this area, but let's get to the update.
The Enclave Silver Spring is the
Oh.
worst place.
Huh? You looking for the article?
I thought we
I
was
was
about to
looking,
go back in the
we're doing
archive.
we're doing chefs. No, I was queuing up. I thought you was about to take us to the apartment update, so I was queuing up that
I don't
that
have a
counseling.
I don't have an update.
I know I have. That's what I was queuing that up because you mentioned it
Oh,
earlier.
oh, oh.
So I thought you was bringing us back to that. Okay, so
I guess I'm gonna show the picture of the dude on the
yeah,
edit.
yeah, okay. So you're gonna pull it. I'll wait for you.
No, doing the edit like after.
Oh, duh.
Oh yeah, I guess I can if y'all want to see him, but he just ugh.
I'm curious.
Oh, you ever seen him? Oh god.
No, I want to
Okay.
see the low life.
All right, go ahead.
A man has been arrested and charged in connection with the November shooting and robbery that left former NFL player and celebrity chef Tobias Dorzon injured. Devin Spivey, 21 years old, a YN, was arrested Friday at a home in Laurel, Maryland, and faces several charges related to the shooting and robbery of a woman and Dorzon, a renowned chef who owns and operates two restaurants in Hyattsville, Huncho House and 1123 by Chef Tobias. We actually went to 1123 and I met Chef Tobias. Thank you for the shots, along with my homegirls. Shout out to my crew. And we were at over there by PG Plaza at 1123. The food's pretty good.
Ah,
Check it out.
you get me
Oh,
gold
come
coin.
on. I just see a child there. That's the crazy part. He's like a man child.
Looking for me gold coin.
So the shooting happened around 10 p.m. on November 5th, 2024, in the 2500 block of Kirkwood Place, where Dorzon and a woman were returning home from dinner, according to Hyattsville police. Chief Gerard Towers said 4 suspects got out of a vehicle driven by a 5th suspect and opened fire on Dorzon and the woman, shooting off dozens of rounds. Can you imagine? Thinking you just about to go home after a night out, you had date night, and then just blam, out the blue.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? The group approached
Yeah.
Dorzon and stole items from him, including an $80,000 Audemars Piguet watch, a $15,000 diamond necklace, an iPhone, an Apple Watch, and a black Louis Vuitton bag with $2,000. I hate that name, Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. I hate it. Bag with $2,000 cash inside, according to charging documents. Both Dorzon and the woman survived, thank God, but both were hospitalized with serious injuries. And from what I understand, he was seriously injured. I know I just said the same word twice, but serious. Following the shooting, Chief Towers called it a tragic, heinous, violent offense. Spivey is charged with attempted first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, first-degree assault, armed robbery, and stalking because they followed them. According to charging documents, Spivey's phone hit those, on TV when they were like, "Oh, you pinged the cell tower." Yeah, that's how they got him. His phone
Hold
pinged
up.
him in the area.
They pinged him.
When they got how they take your phone and they run all your
the
calls,
cell towers, yeah.
What towers, and then where was he at, and then what towers. So when both of y'all ping the same cell towers, that means within that radius y'all were in the same place. So the fact that you was both here and now you ended up in his neighborhood means that you follow him from here all the way back home.
They found that out. Damn.
So it says Spivey's phone places him in the area where Dorzon was having dinner before the shooting and at the scene of the shooting, as well as in the location where the vehicle used in the shooting was abandoned. So this Bama just kept his phone on the whole entire time. That's why you need to stay in school and get some damn education and some critical thinking. Not that I want you to learn how to be better criminals, but left his phone on the whole time that he stalked them, committed the crime, and dropped off. So you abandoned the phone, but then you abandoned the car, but you kept your phone on the whole time. You get everything that you deserve, everything that is coming to you.
Yes. Put his ass away.
That's a little bit of justice, hopefully, for Chef Tobias. He seemed like a very lovely guy. Everybody always has positive things to say about him. He's African.
I see him on Fox 5.
So big up to my my African brothers and sisters. We all out here in the diaspora, and it's a shame that it was a brother who did this to him and his female company that night. I'm glad they both were covered and they buckled down on his goals, and he is thriving. But I mean,
he
really,
doing his thing. He'd be on Fox 5 a couple times. He'd be on Fox 5 a couple times. He'd be doing his little chef. He'd be doing the chef thing. And I'm glad he got his justice too. That makes me feel good because this dumb sandwich mouth ass eating ass mom. I'm glad they got him though. He's reckless ass with that phone. Hey, the little leprechaun looking ass dude, bruh. Like it followed him. That's why I shop at eBay too. Like this hat is a plain black hat I probably got from the gas station. Care less. You're not gonna be looking me up and down and try to stalk me for what I got on because I got a Gildan shirt under this. The only thing that's probably worth money is my phone, and you can have that.
My thing is like it's just unfortunate that you can't even just live your life. You shouldn't have to adjust or pretend. It's like, dang, are we in Nigeria? Like I remember the second to last time I went to Nigeria, and my aunt, they live in Lekki, and I guess like right across the street. So that's like the nice houses, people building up houses, nice houses. But like literally across the dirt road was all shacks. Like people didn't even have electricity. And so when we would come out, she would wait to put on her jewelry and everything until we got out and like left that kind of local, just so that people are not watching you and they can see in your car and then see where you just came from and like, okay, and wait for you to come home, like that type of thing. So I'm like, where are we?
Yeah, Bama's really be watching out here.
I think he's going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to get out soon. I think he'll be able to just do like 2 years because he got attempted first and second degree murder, first degree assault.
2 years.
I think he's gonna. I don't think this is gonna hold him down. I think he'd be all right.
But you think it'd be all right?
I think he's
Charged in Maryland, right?
But you also, but it's together because it's not only is the shooting, then you. Well, I guess if those are all the charges, because I'm sure the unlawful possession of firearms, then I'm sure the type of firearm is it even allowed to be had. There might be some more charges, hopefully.
Can you?
It better be.
What if he?
Plus the robbery. When the robbery is over a certain amount of money, the years that you get is supposed to go up.
I think the chef should. I think the chef should use his influence, get Spivey out, have him work at the restaurant.
What?
You lunching? You lunching?
I was thinking the other way. I was thinking. I was about to ask y'all.
Get that man a job.
What if you knew that the Bama that
chef.
tried to kill you was about to be released in 2 years? How would you take that?
It'd be like the episode of Martin.
Yeah, I would just say I'm not gonna incriminate myself on camera, and that's my answer.
Yeah, I get you. Same here. Well, yeah.
What you mean?
I think the people would know. I think 90% of the folks would be like, 2 years he getting out. Oh yeah.
2 years.
And I was laid up in the hospital fighting for my life.
Yeah, I damn near died. You my girl.
Nah,
oh yeah.
I'm not going to be able to accept that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just not the bigger person. I'm not that big of a person.
Hopefully the folks will be hopefully the folks will look the other way. Like, we don't see nothing. Call us when you finish. Call us when you finish. I'm finished. I'm done. Come scoop this motherfucker up.
He's going to be main in police custody without bond. Okay.
They better keep him in there, man.
He can't even get out.
No more. 21. Set the example.
All right. Maybe, yeah. He ate too many mayonnaise sandwiches. I'm trying to find a way to
get that mouth is.
Okay. Okay.
So we have an
Yoshi. Yoshi mouth.
Information. You know what? I got this flyer. I have had it I have had it pinned on my refrigerator for like 2 weeks, waiting for me to get on this show to share it with the people who watch our videos for the apartment stories.
So
what's up?
Councilwoman for the councilwoman for the 5th district of Montgomery County commented on our story about the most dangerous apartments in Silver Spring, dead bodies, gangster rats, nasty neighbors, the Enclave. Her name is Kristen Mink, and she says, "Thanks for highlighting the horrible management and conditions at this property. Since I took office in December 2022, I and my office have spent an insane amount of time battling management on behalf of tenants here. I am on site multiple times a month. When I first took office, we worked with volunteers to knock every door in these buildings so they'd have my contact info and know I support them. And we helped residents organize a tenant association. If you would like to follow their page, it is at Enclave Tenant Association. Over the last 2.5 years, I have been on the news in front of those buildings numerous times and posted about them on social media, trying to embarrass them into acting right. And I have literally passed new laws to try to hold them accountable. For example, I worked to add a provision to county law that bans properties on the county's troubled properties list, including the Enclave, from raising their rent until they are up to code and off the list. That's a good one. Most recently, I introduced and we passed Consumer Protection for Renters Bill 6-25, which will finally allow the county to sue bad actor landlords like the Enclave for large amounts of money. Now that money should go to the tenants for punitive damages and also go into the contract work to get their apartments fixed. I and my staff are in text chats with well over 100 residents so we can get real-time info directly from tenants. We have caught management in lies multiple times this way. The truth is, Landlords still have way too much power and way too little accountability in Montgomery County. And there has been little we can do if they are determined not to follow the law. I am working to change that while using the tools we do have to try to put out fires along the way. But it's a mess and it's infuriating and unacceptable. Residents of the Enclave or other District 5 residents can reach me at councilmember.mink at montgomerycountymaryland.gov for support. And if you're not sure what district you're in, go online or contact her, give them your address and they will help you. So we want to give resources. So that's one resource you have. The other one is for DC. That was from Montgomery County, Maryland. The other one is the OAG Consumer Mediation Program. Get help with your issue for free. Now, I know that you're probably on your phone looking at this. So how are you going to scan the QR code? I don't know. Figure it out.
Pause it now and try to scan it now.
And watch the YouTube on your TV.
And tell us we ain't hook you up.
Screenshot.
And then you can do that.
Cloud.
So you
use both of them buttons.
Or you can Google OAG Consumer Mediation Program, and that's from the DC Office of the Attorney General. If you have a complaint about a business or a landlord, go and get your free help. Okay? Okay, we don't just point stuff out. We try to offer solutions out here in these Ish Talk streets. You know what I mean?
Yes. Also, I got some good news too. Shout out to the mayor in Baltimore for getting the crime down. So shout out to that black mayor.
Hell yeah.
Is that the young one?
Yeah, the young one.
The Bama that was
shout out to him.
Like, I like him.
I think his name is like Bryant.
See, I told y'all. I said I'd rather be in Baltimore than DC.
Brian, young dude. One of my friends worked on his campaign. So she was telling me about him.
Brandon
Scott.
So yeah. Shout out to him.
B. Scott. Yeah.
Cool. Do you have an update or you have anything you want to?
No, I'm straight.
Any intelligence you want to explicit?
Hey, if you play 2K, don't be quitting. Don't be rage quitting on me, man. I'm just a casual gamer. You quitting ass Bammers, man. They be quitting like shit in the game, man. These youngins, man. And then when they blow you out, they like to get on the game in the fourth quarter and be like, "Oh, I got you. I'm busting your ass." Of course you busting my ass, man. Get the fuck off there. Yeah, other than that, man, they know what.
Random people that you're playing on the internet when
online,
the game
I'm having a ball
for you.
Yeah, like shit. That shit tough. I played with Jordan and the old players, Sean Kemp and Gary Payne. That shit fun.
I love to rage quit.
Just be and then you get the warning, because I did it one time. You get the warning, it says stop rage quitting. I'd be like, all right, I ain't gonna do it no more. Yeah, you get the message on the PlayStation.
Rage quitting again? Do you like cut somebody out and then exit the game?
No, it's when you quit early. You just quit early.
Like after you have
no telling what goes on
points or something.
Yeah, like no one telling what goes on after the dude that quit, because he might be kirking out like, God damn it, shit, God, fuck that.
Yeah. He probably threw the controller and started beating on his woman. Or I don't know. So guys, we talked about DC curfew. We talked about Alexandria Daycare. We talked about I don't want to be gay no more. And we had an update on the Tobias story. Let us know how that Beyonce concert was. Do y'all guys? I want to end it with this. So, do y'all feel that Beyonce is wrong for embracing American heritage, or everyone doing the lion dance and the cowboy stuff, and some certain people saying that how could you be proud to support America when we've done all this wrong stuff? How can you support the Buffalo Soldiers when they done stuff to Mexican people, all this stuff? Any words on that?
Hey, you know what? People need to lighten the.
Who's saying that? I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody that's of note.
It is a small group of folk that just hate America, and they are Americans. Like, get your weird ass off the planet, then. Go to Go to wherever. Go to Brazil. Enjoy. Go to Venezuela.
Well,
Congratulations.
I'm one of those people that believe that you can dislike and criticize your country as much as you want, and you don't have to move. You are allowed to do that. But I think that there's also nothing wrong with being a part of all the elements of your heritage.
Right.
Everybody's past, everybody's culture has good and bad. I love Africa. I love Nigeria. It's a lot of fucked up shit that happens. It's a lot of beautiful stuff that happens. I love a lot of things about this country. I dislike a lot of things about this country. I dislike a lot of things about the world. I love a lot of things about the world. What are you going to do? Disappear? So, no, embrace your cowboy. She's from Texas.
Right.
She's from the South. Like, that's
Right.
her part of her culture.
My question is,
That's a
did
part of all of
Jay-Z
our
come
culture,
out?
honestly.
Did Jay-Z come out and do the thing like they
Mm,
did in Paris?
mm.
Out here,
And
did they do it? I want to find out. I
I
want to
don't
find
think
out. Because
so.
if not, then where's
do
the
what?
beef?
Do what?
Where's the beef? So in Paris, Jay-Z came out and they performed together. They haven't
Okay.
performed together in a while. But they
Hmm.
was like, yeah, especially because they had the child there and everything. However, Paris was enjoying the show. But the American fans was like, hey, well, do we get that same show? So I guess her next tour trip was DC. So she at the Northwest Stadium as we speak. I want to know, did Jay-Z come out and
I
perform
doubt
with?
it.
And if
Out of
not,
all the cities in the
where's the
United States
beef?
of America, I doubt that he came to Maryland. I'm just
Where's
keeping
the
it a
beef?
being.
Yeah, where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
This is
I
actually
just
a
heard that Paris is Paris, and people get excited
I,
about certain cities and certain styles. I heard a lot of appearances came out in Paris at Paris. I
So
mean,
a lot of money involved though, and
it's just what
everybody want to see
happens.
the show.
it was a bunch of, I think, some Illuminati stuff happened over this weekend, y'all. We got a lot of sacrifices because we had two people that can't be touched. Netanyahu came by to visit Trump, and we had Beyonce.
Yeah.
Two things you don't do: talk about Israel or the Beehive. So we're gonna end it with
So
that.
something
Tell the
happened
people where they can
behind the
reach
scenes.
y'all. Yes, yes, somebody got fucked up. Tell the people where they can reach you. One of y'all's.
Ladies first. Well, I go because
My
hey, they
name is
don't. My name is.
Hi. My name is
Go ahead, Leslie.
Ola BC. Ola
What?
BC. Hi. My name is who? My name is what?
What?
My
You
name is
gotta hit the you gotta hit the
Ola
lyrics. You want to
BC.
stick 9-inch nails into my eyelids and eyelids, eyelids.
No, yeah. So Leslie Ola BC. If you just go into the Google and you type in my name, everything will come up. Leslie O Voice, LOV Studios.
Hey man, explicit intelligence. If y'all wait patiently, something's gonna pop up. I just can't. I don't know when. Something's gonna pop up. Just be ready. Just that's all I'm saying. Subscribe. We're still looking for subs and shit. Go check the archives out. It's explicit intelligence. You gotta mispronounce explicit. Don't put the E. God damn it. Don't do that.
Make sure you go check out DMV News, Ish Talk TV. We're looking for sponsors, particularly in the wellness in the 420 areas. Um, this is a DMV show, so we love to support people, especially if you are living in White Flint, where the Enclave is. If there's a tobacco shop, please holler at us. Or if you live in Glen Arden, by the apartments that don't have any rental, well, they do have it. But if there's a tobacco shop by there, reach out to us. Okay? I'm Princess Amunda. We'll be back. Stay black.
Say you getting paid, that's it talk. You see me with my babe, that's it talk. The money in that way, that's it talk.